Welcome back to Poems and Stories to Remember. Hi, dreamers. Good afternoon, and I want to get right to this. So, today is August the 13th. We're going to start off with our announcements. Today's video is going to be a little bit short and sweet, but to the point. I wanted to make this a participation video wherein the dreamers need to answer some questions. I will pose the questions first verbally, and then I'm going to pen some of the questions in the comment section. So if you want to earn your participation for this month, basically come on and just answer the question when you comment, okay? And that'll help you to earn your participation for the month of August. So while I was in meditation, and basically just, I wake up, like I said, in the mornings and take it easy and just let things flow. I heard, "Are you prepared?" That's what I kept hearing, "Are you prepared?" So at that time, I was trying to think of something that I wanted to do this video on. Did I want to do a poem? Did I want to do a channeled message? Did I want to write anything? And something just basically, at that point in time said, keep it short and sweet. So I, got into something else. I was watching something on TV, and then my son came in the room, and we got into a deep conversation, and I was able to pose some questions with the help of him. The first being of what, from what perspective, when I heard, "Are you prepared?" I need to know exactly what. My mind started going to, "Are you prepared for what?" Like, what exactly are you prepared for? Okay. So today I'm going to go into, a little short detail about that. And then, let my Heavenly Father guide me. If anything else needs to be said, He will definitely channel it through me. Okay, because I noticed that when I'm getting messages, I tend to go in deeper into whatever I started with. So like I can pose a question, but it'll allow me to go deeper into it when it's messages coming to me that I'm supposed to present to my dreamers and anyone new watching. So yes, definitely going to pin the comment, some questions. And we're going to finish up with self-love, because I got that someone needs a little self-love today. Are you loving on yourself, knowing that, you are worthy, that you are loved, are you sitting up there, feeling like no one loves you or and all that. You want to, it's very important to love yourself instead of looking everywhere else for love. Because when you love yourself, then you present a version of yourself that others, they will see. It's almost like when you love yourself, you set those healthy boundaries so that when people come to you, they know what to expect. They know exactly what to expect. So if they're coming wrong, you're going to notice that they're coming wrong, and you're going to call them for it. And a lot of times people don't feel as though that they have the right to do that, but you do. It's you. Why would you allow someone to treat you in any other way than what you expect to be treated? The same way you treat others, and it's, if you're doing it from a place of love, unconditional love, and then you want that reflected. You don't want people coming to you, treating you bad, and you're treating them with love. So in order to do that, you first have to love yourself. You don't want to run around giving love to everyone else and you don't love yourself, because then you get a version back that's not what you expect. Because it basically is teaching you a lesson. When we give, it's not a give situation. It's a give and take. So if you give love to someone, they're supposed to give love back to you. If you're not giving that give and take scenario and you're just getting the take, then that's when there's a lesson that has to be learned. Okay? And that's when you go through the cycles. So, are you prepared is what I kept hearing. And then I was able to get a question of, are you prepared to live the purpose that God has set for you? Are you prepared? Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared to live the purpose that God has set for you? Is what the question I got. Do you know your purpose? Because a lot of people don't know their purpose. You know what I'm saying? Do you really know what your life purpose is? Your life purpose in life in Christ. Do you know what that purpose is? What will you place here to do? You know what I'm saying? We didn't come down to take up space to get rich and die. We didn't come down to work ourselves to death and die. Okay? I realize that what people don't realize is that in life we all have someone that we're supposed to touch in some type of way, whether it's encouraging them through word, just genuinely being in their life, and them seeing how real you are can change the perspective of some. Walking by someone and smiling, and maybe they were having a miserable day, and your smile turns that whole day for them around. Giving a good word, telling someone, how you really feel about them, that you love them, that you think they're beautiful. Encouraging words, you can do it. If you see someone struggling with something, you can do it. You believe in them. Okay? Showing gratitude when you see someone in need, helping them, and not expecting something in return, but doing it from your heart. Not doing it so you can throw it up in someone's face, and not doing it because right away you want to get something else in return. You're doing it because you realized there was a need and you wanted to help that person with the need. And even though you had no intention of getting anything back, the Lord is going to bless you because of what you do. Gratitude is very big when it comes to, to faith and everything, because when Jesus walked the earth, he was grateful. He showed gratitude to others, and he wants us to do the same. Okay? He showed unconditional love. He loved us unconditionally. He loved us because we are his children, not because of something that we did. He loved us just because. And so he wants us to get into doing the same. You love that person just because, but you still set healthy boundaries so that person, if that person is not healed completely, that you don't allow them to knock you off your path because they're not healed with the things they do or say. So you can still love someone from a distance. You can still show that person love and still, be there in their life. But sometimes we have to distance ourselves from those people who are not doing the work, who are not on the right path, who are toxic. Sometimes we have to distance ourselves from them. But it doesn't mean that you have to disappear out of life and go far, far away. It just means that you work with that person from a distance. Okay. The other thing is I wanted to mention, I'm glad I got into this conversation, is that I had a dear friend. I had a really, really dear friend that I had known for years. And in the beginning, the situation, it wasn't like I went into the situation blindly, because I didn't. I seen the situation somewhat for what it was, but literally I wind up putting what I wanted out of the situation into the type of relationship that I had with the person. And like some of the things that I was being shown, I felt like, okay, I see that, but at that time I wasn't as wise, I'll say, or knowledgeable as I am now when it comes to certain things. Like I can look at a situation, especially when it's a friendship or a relationship, from a different point of view than I was that many years ago when I was dealing with this person. So over the years, I did develop a friendship that developed love. I really truly love this person. They, I think, didn't love themselves, because if they had that self-love for themselves, they wouldn't have kept asking me why I loved them. And that's the part I didn't see. So this person really truly didn't love themselves, and I think it was because of all the toxic interactions they had with previous people who weren't healed. And so when we crossed each other's path, I felt there that they, seeing how real I was, how genuine I was, but I felt as though, at first I felt as though that they were retaliating and thinking they're better. But then I learned that it wasn't that they were putting up their protective wall because they didn't feel worthy because of the position I was in, because of how I was coming off to them. I try to keep it real with my family, my friends, and even when I'm in a relationship. I am who I am. I don't have time to put on a facade or pretend and play games. And when you do that, you keep yourself from going through unnecessary cycles, reaping karma, and just having a totally thing. So when you heal, you go beyond those things, and then you learning other lessons, because we always have to grow, but we learn different lessons. If you keep learning the same lessons over and over again, you have not. If you keep recycling, I'll say not learning, but if you keep recycling the same lessons over, that means you haven't learned them. And that's why it keeps coming back to you. So, just to pose a question, when someone says, why do I keep getting the same type of relationships? Like maybe you got into a relationship, that person did you wrong, and then you go to the next relationship, you're happy because you got it, but then that person does you wrong. You need to figure out what it is that you're not learning from that happening to you. We want to always point the finger first, because a lot of times we don't know, and we just feel like the world is doing us wrong. But no, in actuality, it could be a lesson that you're not learning. Maybe you're jumping into the relationship too fast. Maybe you're not seeing the red flags when you should, the warning signs and all that, and you're ignoring them, and that's the reason why that's happening. Maybe you're putting the person up on a pedestal higher than what they should be and giving them all of you, but they're not giving you all of them. So there's all different types of reasons why things happen. Okay? So to get back on track, I just wanted to say that when I initially, like I said, "Are you prepared?" I realized that the message was, "Are you prepared for your life purpose?" And a lot of times, like I was saying, people, don't even know what their purpose is. What is your purpose? What's your life purpose? What were you placed here to do? Whose life are you supposed to help change? Who are you supposed to be encouraging? These are things that we need to be questioning ourselves on and figuring out, so we can, if you don't know your life's purpose, you can find it. Okay? And life purpose is not an example of you just working a job endlessly. If your soul is not content in the job that you in, then that's not your life purpose. I've heard people say, "Oh, I got a good job, I'm making lots of money," but they're still not happy. That's because that job is not their life purpose. Okay? We have jobs that we work, and that's fine. But we also have a purpose in life that contents our soul. And you have to find that purpose. Okay? That's the only way your soul will be happy and content. Your soul is not happy about how much money you have. Your soul is not, and I spoke with my son about this earlier. Your soul is not happy about how many cars you have, how big your house is. That's physical. That's not your soul. That's the physical aspect of us that wants nice things. And it's okay to want nice things. I'm not saying that it's not okay. But in order for you to be truly happy, soulful wise, you need to find that love, that unconditional love. Show that gratitude. Your soul is happy when they're giving and receiving unconditional love. Who did you touch? Who did you touch by the things that you did? Who touched you by the gratitude they showed or the things that they said? That's how you make your soul happy. And so I wanted to ask these questions today, like I said, to get some participation from my dreamers on that. So remember, the first one is, are you prepared to live the purpose that God has set for you? Okay, that's the first question. Second one is, do you know your purpose? Okay. The third one is, I'm going to actually add one. Are you living your purpose? Okay. My son, who's also part of the dream team, said, are you on the right path? Okay. And then the last question is, do you realize the impact of you being you? So do you realize the impact on others people's lives of you just being who you are, you, not putting on a facade, not faking, not pretending to be anything but you, but just you being you? Do you realize that impact? Okay. So these are the questions I'm going to pin in the pin comment section on this video so you can answer those questions. Okay. And then I want to get right to the self-love, and I'm going to finish this up. Okay. Really, really feeling a deepness with that, because it's very important to know your purpose. You know, I have a regular job that I work, but I also do my purpose. I know that my purpose started with writing, but my Heavenly Father led me to see that the writing portion could be something that I could do and share to the world on this format that I use, YouTube, and still do the other things that I like. I mean, it took some time over years, because I'm be honest with you, I was introverted. I didn't really talk much. I wasn't that expressive type of person. In school, I didn't want to read in front of the classroom and all that. But because I loved writing and I loved reading, I was really big on reading. You know, I'd get me a book and climb a tree and read, or be in my room reading. When everybody else was outside playing and doing everything else, I was somewhere reading, and that helped me to build my vocabulary. And then I took what I learned from that and started reading out loud to myself, and it made me feel like I was really experiencing what was going on in the book. So I started, first started with, I was really big on love stories, stories about when you were a teenager. When I was younger, I was reading like stories like It's Me, Margaret. They made a movie about it. It's Me, Margaret. I forgot the rest of the title, but then there was another one called Blubber. But this one writer, Judy Blume, that's her name, Judy Blume. She wrote a bunch of books that I read and really enjoyed, and I was surprised to see they actually had made a movie about one of the ones. It's I think it's me, God, Margaret, or something like that. But yeah, they did make a movie about it. So take a look. I read the book, and I'm gonna take and watch the movie just to see if the movie really touches on what I read in the book. And even though it's been some time since I read that book, it still holds true. There's still things in the books, Judy Blume's books, that I remember. Especially the one we must when they were teenagers and they were trying to increase their top area. We must increase our bus. I remember that, reading that, because at that time I was a teenager, and I thought I would never, grow. But that's things when you're younger, you don't realize it's going to happen until you actually, grow in life, and then you see the changes. Okay. So let's get to it. We're looking for anyone new watching and my dreamers. First of all, anyone new watching, if you would like to become a dreamer, you need to publicly subscribe so I can see you. You need to comment on the channel so I can welcome you to the channel. And then you need to continue to participate so you'll be eligible monthly for any cash giveaways, incentives, and in the United States. If I decide to do another gift giveaway for those in the United States only, then you'll be able to receive gifts, okay? And then anyone, if you new watching and my current dreamers, when you watch the video and comment, please click the like button. This will help our video to get to the top so other people can see us and we can grow our channel, okay? because I still have goals that I'm trying to meet with the channel also. We got our first one. We're looking for self-love for my dreamers and anyone new watching. And I think one just flipped. Yeah, I did. And this, oh, that's the top one. So that doesn't count. Just let me know that wasn't even supposed to be on there. Okay. Okay, so self-love for my dreamers and anyone new watching. Most likely I'm going to get 3. Unless it doesn't want to give me 3. And then I'll take what it gives me. Self-love for my dreamers and anyone. There you go. Yep. Actually, it gave me 4. Okay. And then we're going to get some positive affirmations. And we're going to finish up. So I did reach the 20-minute mark. Because I went over a little bit. But that's fine. Ooh. Another one. And that one. And that one. Okay. So, I let my light shine. Do you let your light shine? I am wonderful. I rejoice in the truth of my being. I accept it as so and let it be. Do you rejoice in the truth of you being you? If so, accept it and let it be who you are. Enjoy the shell that you're in. Your soul fills that shell, but know that there's nothing wrong with the shell that you're in. If there's something that you don't like about yourself, then you find ways to work and improve that. But don't ever allow someone to make you believe that you don't deserve to be here, that you don't, that you're not worthy. When I hear so many people online and in the world talking about other people, who gives you the right to put someone else down? Who gives you the right to tell that person that they don't look right? Okay, they're not. When I realized that when God said we were made in His image, God is an orb of light. So He was talking about the soul. He made the soul. He made our souls in His image. Okay, and then our shells were created from the DNA of our parents. Okay, but just because we were created differently, because everybody has a different look, doesn't mean that someone else has the right to tell you that you are ugly, because God didn't make ugly. Okay, no one is ugly. Okay, you as a person may not be attracted to that person, and you can say I'm not attracted to you, but you don't have the right to tear a person's soul down by telling them they're ugly and that they don't deserve to be here. And what I need for people to realize is that someone who's doing their work, life's purpose, and working on themselves does not have time to talk about somebody. The people who talk about other people is because they don't know what their life purpose is. They're not doing the work. Because and when you're doing the work, you don't want to do anything that's going to cause karma to come back on you. So you're not going to sit up there and put people down, talk about them bad and everything, because you have too much work to do. Our work is never done. Okay? Even if you find your life purpose, you still have to work on your life purpose. Okay? So anyone who's putting toxic out there is because of the toxic that lies within themselves. And they may not look like they're toxic on the outside, but looks can be deceiving. Okay? You have to really pay attention. If you're around someone who's constantly gossiping and putting someone down, you need to distance yourself from them if you want to stay on your journey of growth. Because with that type of toxic energy around you, you're not going to grow. Their toxic is going to become your toxic. Okay? God is not going to bless a mess. I'm just going to tell you that. He's not going to bless a mess. So if you're hanging around a bunch of messy people, you're not going to get blessed. They're just going to keep you stagnated, stuck the way they are. They're not happy, so they don't want you to be happy. Okay? With every breath I take, I'm getting healthier and healthier. Are you getting healthier with every breath you take? Are you eating healthy? Are you recognizing the toxic things that you may do to yourself when it comes to your health? Are you emotionally eating? Are you eating too late at night? Okay? Do you have a certain time that you cut off for eating? Are you eating more because you're not happy? Okay, these are questions you need to answer, ask yourself and answer. My body is a mirror of my inner thoughts and beliefs. I nourish it with good foods and healthy exercise. Do you do that? Your body is a mirror, it mirrors of your thoughts. So if you're not happy, your body's going to reflect that you're not happy. If you're happy, you're going to eat healthier. You want your body to be good so that you're able to move around and about. So I forgive myself for any wrongdoing. You have to do this. This is very important. You cannot judge or criticize yourself and think that you're going to love yourself. You're not. Okay? I no longer judge or criticize myself. I am free to love who I am. That's very important, y'all. I'm glad I got this one. Very important. In the journey of self-love, you have to forgive yourself for whatever you did from your past and learn from those mistakes and your present. Okay? Because that same negativity that you put on yourself, others are going to follow in suit. They might not even know that you're doing it, but because you're doing it to yourself, it for some reason, it projects itself. When you are saying bad things about yourself, it projects the energy of that, and then others do the same. So you want to make sure that you're not doing that. The last self-love card says, my past is a part of the richness and fullness of life. And that's true because we learn from our past. And our past helps us to grow in the present. And then we learn not to make those mistakes that we made in our past in the future. Okay? Without my past mistakes and all, I would not be here today. I love myself for my willingness to learn and grow. Straight on point, y'all. So you're working towards goals and you're trying to achieve them. Stay focused. Stay focused on the goal and the dream that you want. Okay, that's how you achieve it. Make it happen. You want something, you have to put that work in to make it happen. Okay? Don't give up. You are loved. Remember, in the self-love journey, you must love yourself first. And then it will project the energy of love from others. But you have to love yourself first. In every aspect of you, you have to love, okay? And anything that you might not like, you can work on. But you must love yourself first, okay? Do small things with great love. We get this one a lot, okay? And then the final one, make today count. Don't go throughout the day without making sure you're doing what's necessary so today counts. And then you're working towards tomorrow counting also, okay? Okay, dreamers, I'm at 28 minutes, so I'm going to get ready to thank you for taking time out of your productive day to allow me to share the questions that I had early on for the self-love and for the positive affirmations. Bye, dreamers.